from All to Love TV. How are you? Happy Sunday, happy weekend, happy full moon weekend. I hope everybody's had some nice, uh, you know, ceremony. Sometimes people get disrupted sleep around the full moons or heightened emotion. This is why we like to practice things like meditation, mindfulness, yoga, anything that helps to bring us into the present, bring us into our bodies, is useful during these times. I mean, useful always. It's just that increasingly more and more people are waking up to the fact that, like, we need to heal as a people, as a culture, as a society. So that's what I'm all about here, all to love. Living your bliss, expressing your authenticity, being the hot love vibrashe that the world so desperately needs. Hey Maxine, how are you? Nice to see you here. Alright, so let's get to our weekly readings. I do appreciate, I think it's been Andrew doing our timestamps. It's super lovely, and also I know that a lot of you guys actually watch all of the signs as well, and or are watching a good like 3 or 4 different signs. So any of you that timestamp your specific sign is also useful. Boop boop doo. Let's start. Okay, I'm gonna essentially go through each sign, and I usually pull 3 or 4 cards per sign. Because of this community being a new paradigm community, people have specifically, like quite a few of you have specifically requested that I do a fucus. So a fucus is the 13th sign of the zodiac. It's, to me, the 13th sign is even symbolic or representative of our 13th moon cycle, and the reclamation or the remembrance of our divine feminine qualities as a species. So not just being, the manly version of ourselves that can go out and conquer and win and all of that, but that nurturing, loving, whole part of ourselves. That's ultimately what this whole paradigm shift is ushering. Our value system as a globe, and ideally bringing forth more constructs that enable our freedom and that promote our well-being versus the other. So hala to change, hala to positive change, and ultimately divine cosmic change, because in my awareness this paradigm shift is like written in the stars, moflo lovers. It's like the whole world is changing for the better. It just looks like everything is falling apart, because it kind of is, because sometimes things have to fall apart before we can be like, oh shit, it fell apart. It's like, yeah, it's been falling apart for quite a while. Anywho, let's crack on with the reading, shall we? I'll start with Aries, okay? I heal the world, make a place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying, and if you care enough for the living, make it a better place for you and for me. I don't know if you guys know this, but my nickname is also MJ. oh my god, what am I like? You can tell here I don't take myself too seriously, but I'm a feeler. I'm definitely like a highly sensitive empath, intuitive introvert, so I have that empathic, emotional awareness, which more and more of us, that's part of this channel. I empower empaths. I typically, as an online inspirer and online coach, I work with other empaths to like empower them to freedom. Because sometimes we're suckers for the feels, like, so holla. Your nickname is Max. Ooh, that's radical and quite cool as well. I drove across America with my mother one winter. We drove from Ontario through the United States to Vancouver, and then we drove from Vancouver back down a different route through the United States, and moving through all these different towns and states and yada yada. Now you guys know that I'm not particularly naturally maternal, as in like I'm not like I need babies. That's never been like a thing for me. However, I think I was actually still with my ex at the time, so I was a little bit more open to it. Obviously, when you're single and have been for a long time, you're like, holla, make peace with not not having that. Anywho, I went through a series of states and towns that gave me my idea. So clearly, if I were to ever birth a child, my little bit of a hope would that it would be a boy, because my favorite name for a boy, now hear me out, Bimble, is Arbuckle Montague. Boom! Like, what a fucking ledge. Arbs! Arbs! I love how whenever I imagine having a child, I only ever imagine me yelling at them. Arbs! Arbuckle Montague, you get over here right now! Arby! Monty! You know, it's just got a whole package, Arbuckle Montague. And like, it's one of those things where your child would grow up to resent you purely for what you called them, but I don't give a ass, because that's be warned. I don't think I would do that to an adopted child, though. I'm not sure. Anyway, blah blah. Let's crack on with these readings. It's always my intention to offer you all divine guidance and loving clarity, bearing in mind tarot is for entertainment, okay? If you resonate with a reader, it's likely that it'd be great to have a private reading for their intended messaging, divine guidance, loving clarity. If you don't I mean, that's like anything. We don't really spend our money on things you don't resonate with, hopefully. Power to the people. I'm hearing a song. I think it's like a Marilyn Manson song. Something like, oh, let's not go there. Aries. Apparently this is intended. Holla! Yes, it is. Aries, let's crack on. Let's get in here. Aries, divine guidance, loving clarity from Aries, lovers. There you are, Queen of Wands. You're coming out on top. Aries, you have a decision to make. I feel the decision is like cutting out possibly this younger air sign, this Page of Swords, or like maybe you're getting messages that aren't really in resonance with who you are, and you're having to cut out something that's creative for you. But I feel like you've built up your resources now. Like I feel like you're getting to this place of this. You're in your seat. You're in your seat of power, right? So you're feeling that power within, and it's helping you to really outgrow. I'm almost thinking like outgrow certain reactive patterns, like certain defense mechanisms, certain protective layers, and you're ultimately choosing your power. It's like very obvious and or like clear choice potentials, as in choose yourself or choose a bunch of past bullshit. That's that's like, are you gonna give your power to that upside down Page of Wands? Or are you gonna give your power to that shitty thinking that made you deny love or push helpers away or whatever it might be? So it's a pretty clear, and then the sun card definitely wanted to come out for this reading. So this is actually quite a powerful week time whenever you're coming across this message. This is a powerful time of like the light is shining on you for you to really step into your power and be that queen or king, depending on your gender. You know, be that person sitting on your throne, confident, empowered, humble, magical. Like the fire energies to me is like magic, right? Spells, conjuring, abracadabra, it's that. So it's like you're fully owning your power to be the anchor, the magician of your own beautiful life, and that is being supported by the sun. that is being supported by this. And this card is super symbolic, right? Because there's like the sunflowers, there's the baby hala is like brand new, and then on the horse, like riding on our steed. Horses are very symbolic of transformational energy, quick thinking, fast movement. So for some of you Aries, this could happen pretty quickly. Like you might so intuition feels like the decision is more about like internal dialogue. And again, with the Nine of Wands being reversed, there's some repetitive pattern that you're overcoming. So it's not like a sudden arriving at a crossroads. It's the fact that you're aware that you're constantly coming at, like that you're gonna be, each encounter, each situation, what have you, is bringing you to this like, wait a minute, I have a choice here. So this sort of increasing awareness of conscious choice making is really leading you to the ultimate choice of you, your power, your throne, your kingdom or queendom, your magic, right? Really owning your magic. So that's a nice reading for the Aries sign. Let's move on. Hala! I am moving through the signs. It's my intention on this channel to do, thanks Maxine. Hala, Victor! Divine guidance and loving clarity is my simple intention with these readings. When people book a reading with me, it's a private video link. So when you book in, you can schedule a time. But when you schedule the time for a private reading, it is I give myself 2 days. So from the time of your booking, I usually, within 2 days of that scheduled booking, I'll endeavor to have it finished. And then you just look out for an email and you have your booking with me. Perspective calls are online coaching. And if you want a live, in-depth, face-to-face time, that's £88 for the hour. So, and then we want to make a scheduled call. Pardon me, my lovers. I'm just suddenly a little bit warm. Let's get that window open. Booyah. Okay. My Taurians, let's go into the Taurus. Again, this is a weekly read, so I'm moving through each sign. If you guys feel like time stamping your sign or the whole video, that's great. We've just had a lunar eclipse, full moon in Sagittarius, lunar eclipse yesterday, 2 days ago. So you can check out the collective energy update. That's a few videos, or maybe it's just yesterday. Maybe it's the last video uploaded. My Taurus energy. A whole new world. Okay, you're you're walking away from something that isn't working. Simples. This actually feels to me like some of you might be walking like straight into a new world. It's like maybe there's this shitty job that you're bored of, that you constantly feel belittled, you constantly feel like you're put down, and you're like, fuck that, and you walk away. Holla, hey Ron, how are you? And you walk away, and you're walking toward like the birthing of a new world. Your world, the upside down factor usually just signifies to me that there's a gestation period, that you're walking into a new world. Tell me about it. I mean, this is heavy duties, my lovers, heavy duty time. So keep me posted. Those of you, wherever you are in the world. Somebody made a point on my Facebook, like, we're in Americans, it's not just in America. I'm like, yeah, I'm aware of that. So Taurus, for some of you, I feel this is actually, there's an undercurrent of injustice or imbalance. This is a major cycle for you. I know I stick to usually like just the 3 card and then ask for clarity. So there's 3 out of 5 of the cards are major arcana. I mean, we know this is a big month anyway, but this is a significant read for you. Hello! Dude, yeah, I had loads the night of my ceremony. I can't even remember. So we split between us, I think, over the whole evening, but we split quite a lot. So holla, enjoy yourself. I'm hearing that song. I have it on my playlist. It's so cheese factor, but it's just such a good booty shaker. It's J-Lo and what's his name? LL Cool J, and so it goes you got, you got, you got what it takes to make me leave my man. And then he goes like, it's hard to control myself. It's hard for me to control myself and to hold myself back from jumping on you like I wanna. Yeah, taste it. And it's just one of those like booty. It's like from the '90s or some shit. This is like my like pre-drinking, like just wearing Spice Girls outfits and like dancing around. What is life? Why did that make me think of that? Something about maybe losing my ego, or the way I read that. You won't. Don't even worry about it. And I still have my little microdosing, so I'm kind of intrigued to see about the how that goes. It's so funny. Now I remember, like, I'm so funny. It's not that. The situation is funny because I was like, should I go live? I wanted to go live to have chit chat with you guys, but I knew that let's get back to stay focused. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself. Right. So we're talking about this whole rebalancing for Taurus. This is where I'm with the Taurus. You're healing and or walking away and or beginning to overcome the healing of like that rejection, abandonment, or just being in a shitty position where you don't feel like you're really being seen for like your true worth. So you're definitely walking away from that, endeavoring to create your own world. So and then some of the support cards or the clarifying cards is like overcoming injustice and finding your true strength. There's the balance, and then there's the infinity symbol, there's the world card. These are all reversed, which is telling me like, it's exhausting even having to share this message, but like there's another hill to climb, maybe a mountain, because these are major arcanas. So this is, yeah, some deep inner digging to really find the strength and rebalance your life. I mean, in a very simple, loving sense as well, like any of us who have gone through emotional healing have been here, left out in the cold, rejected, broken, shattered, like, what am I gonna effing do? And somehow we find a way to navigate away from that energy that it's not working. And if it's our own emotional baggage that's not working, that's what we're having to heal. And I feel like this card is, with the justice helping to clarify for me, is really saying this is your chance to really go within, to get clear on where you've come from and who you are and where you're desiring to go. And this card is saying for most of you, Taurus, you want to be here. You want to feel strong. You're one of the, the fixed earth signs. You're incredibly strong when it comes to your material worlds, right? And so, however, it's also one of the most challenging signs for change, right? So there's because it's a bull, is that right? It's a kind of like, this is how it's going to be. And so when you're asked to change, it's super challenging, possibly. Well, any of the fixed signs, changes is inherently more of a challenge. But this justice world and strength reversed energy feels like that kind of thing of like, ooh, this is going to be a challenge. And yet the other side of it is you feel stronger, you feel more balanced, you're having more balance and harmony in your world, justice. And this new world that you're creating ultimately is going to be way better than this. But this is ultimately what you're now addressing to rise out of. So it's a big week and or a big month for you, Taurus, to really level up, essentially, through the inner work, so you walk away and go within to that gestation period. Okay, let's move on, my Gemini. Gemini, so we've got the North Node in Gemini. I think I did or mentioned that in the collective energy updates. I've shape-shifted this a bit where I am doing these weekly readings, sometimes live. I'll do the moon updates twice a month, and then the monthly energy reports. And then I'm just going live a little more. I'm still ramping up, but focusing a little bit more in a dedicated way to the live share crew. They pay a monthly fee, and that way we can kind of chit chat. Gemini. This is a little bit more of a specific reading, so if it resonates, holla holla. Gemini, I feel like you've walked away and are transformed an energy to do with like a false matriarch or something to do with your female lineage. Now, this quite naturally could be and or have something to do with the denial of the feminine within. So the denial of your magic, the denial of your witchcraft, the denial of your power, your sex appeal, whatever. Your rather, what I mean by that is like your sexual energy, your sensuality, which of course is widespread in our culture. I feel that this, for some of you Gemini, is saying you're going to turn it around and possibly create a lucrative business, because we have the Ten of Pentacles after laying down to rest. And now I feel what you've laid down to rest is the falsehood of this energy. Whenever the nobility cards or the people cards are reversed, I tend to think of a distorted energy. So somebody who might look all magical, but they're not, there's a manipulative energy and or a deception. And or from the quantum perspective, this is also inherited. So sometimes, again, depending on the energies, a reversal like this would be like a distorted maternal energy in your lineage. So maybe your grandmother was never allowed to practice her tarot, for example, and she was denied, and so she had to protect herself and be like, no, that's demonic, or you can't do that magic, or blah blah. So there was this, at some point in your family history, there was a point where the feminine line, the mama, that your mothers and blah blah, they were sort of not able to be themselves, right? And so I feel like this reading, Gemini, for you is sort of turning that around for some of you. You're beginning to realize, one, there's a fear of how powerful you can be. The reason I say that as well, because it's a Ten of Pentacles after this energy. So, and obviously Ten of Pentacles is major success and like abundance and community, and I'm hearing like sharpshooter, like holla, like you got it all going on. And yet, how and why and where did that Ten of Pentacles come from? I feel like you've been turning it around. And or this week you managed to turn it around, instead of living in denial, or instead of like pretending like you can't have it all, or pretending like you have no power. You're going to lay it to rest. So sometimes like an infinity loop, as you lay down this falsehood, this is a falsehood, as you lay it down, you're coming into a Ten of Pentacles. There again, that can mean cash. That can also just mean a whole bunch of goodness, like lots of manifestations coming in all at once, a promotion, an inheritance, like good news, one of your besties from high school moving back to town, or whatever it might be, right? Like suddenly there's just this uptake of material abundance and material resource in your world, Gemini. This is cool. All right, let's go into Cancers. I think that's how it works anyway, Ron. I gotta say, I just in the last like 2 days, when I've been looking into a bit of like astrology, I'm really sensitive now, increasingly so, like around, it's that thing of like these external orders versus our creative capacity. And I'm very aware of like, especially if something feels limiting or shit, like remembering that even all the information, everything we read, everything is someone's opinion. So like we don't have to own it if it don't feel good. At the same time, when we're tuned in, so, and this is something else, Ron, is like, and not just Ron, but like anyone here, it's, I don't know if you guys have noticed on some other channels, I have certainly in doing research, is that I completely drew a blank. Oh, timestamps. It's that It's that it doesn't have to be time specific. And I'm like you, where it doesn't even have to be sign specific. I mean, quite a few guys message being like, "Oh my god, I'm not Ophiuchus, but I listened to Ophiuchus and holy Shazam!" Here's the thing: is like it's just divine guidance, right? It's like the heart space here, offering messages. So time is essentially irrelevant, as is even what we think. As the more I study astrology as well, the more I'm realizing it's purely like an intuitive science in essence, because these signs and these houses and these planets and the transits, it's still simply like a marker and or marker points of one's own self. But the planets and the transits and these houses shouldn't, in my opinion anyway, define who we are. And then the more you go into astrology, the more you realize like we're not like, and I think at different times in our lives we become different parts of our signs, and it's so intricate and like multi-layered and unique that I'm just, yeah, aware of the limitation of it as well, potentially. Okay, this is for Cancer now. I'm moving into the Cancer sign. So some of you Cancers are really focusing on your money. You're focusing on your wealth, your business, your investments. I feel like some of you are feeling really nurtured, really grounded. Some of you may have mothering, nurturing, maternal energy around you with the Queen of Pentacles here. I'm not sure. This Ace of Wands reverse High Priestess. Okay, some of you, this is like, there's a bit of a, this could be combined, or these two stories. So yeah, focusing on your work, focusing on your pentacle. This is really good, beautiful energy, really grounded, Cancer, super. Over here, it could be that some of you have a little bit of shits going on with a creative project that you're trying to get off the ground. The advice is to really, really listen to your intuition, because yeah, there's some resistance and or because there's the Five of Wands, or rather the Five of Swords. It's in the reverse though, which is kind of making me think you're just going to have to discipline your mind when it comes to the situation and these people, because it's a sword energy. That's something that's in our head, so this conflict, I would say, is in your head. And then the advice is to be in your intuition. Trust that intuition. My word, even recently I'm just like, our intuition knows everything. Once we're really anchored in the intuition, it's like, seems impossible from a certain perspective, but the truth is, once we're living in alignment with our intuition, everything flows all the time. All the people we meet, all the places we go, it's only when we sidestep or deny or listen to somebody else, or like, oh, I don't know, maybe somebody's not, that we end up in these potential conflicts. So Cancer, I really feel like this is the time for you to really own your intuitive knowing and get going. Get going on that project you want to start. Get going on that, like, for so much of like the wisdom right now is coming through the intuitives, as in like it's empaths, healers, light workers. Rise up, start that project, go for it, put yourself out there, trust your intuition. The only thing that can hold you back is your own mind and the fear you have of other people. And oh my god, what are this, like, there's something about this energy, like looking back and these people over there and like, what are they saying about me and blah blah blah. Okay, well, you can focus on that, or you can just be in your intuition, focusing on your own stuff. Because here's the thing, we're never going to be able to go into other people's minds and be like, stop gossiping about me, or stop talking about me. But what I do find, the more in your intuition you are, and the more you're just staying in your own lane, focusing on your own life, focusing on your own world, and focusing on the people in your world, then the naysayers and the gossipers, fuck them. They're just going to stay in that paradigm. So, and that's not like, I don't know, right? That's, I don't resonate with that energy. There's a little bit of like, you know, venting or banter perhaps, but genuine shit disturbers, you know? It's like you haven't got a life of your own. So yeah, you're definitely on your way here, Cancer, to this new world and this energy. It's just this like really trust your intuition now. It's time for you to step into that fully and not doubt yourself anymore. All right. Who's next after Cancer? Just, who's next after Cancer? Leo. My lovely Leos. So there's the fixed fire sign coming up. Leo, you guys are working hard. I feel that maybe some of you have cut out some drinking for the month, or like cut out maybe some excessive partying. Three of Cups reverse is sort of signaling the cut. I think because some of you are having to really step into this work mode, I think you're having to get really real and practical about the work that you're doing and the kind of routine, the process, the habit of it. That's a tough energy. That's that Queen of Swords, like cutting out. And I feel you've actually been really good at just like cut it out and then focus on your work. Whereas wherever we were, the Cancer, that energy of like the gossip, it's like I feel like you're so focused that it's been a tough go at cutting out some of that energy, or even disciplining yourself, right? That you've harnessed this discipline where you're not resonating with a group of friends that maybe used to want to go party and drinking every night. So you've tempered or cut not, it's not temperance, it's a cut. You're like, fuck that, I'm done with that, and you're focusing on your work. There is some positive message coming in though with regard to your work, and I'm feeling, Leo, very called to draw on my Osho deck here. This Page of Cups, so I would put Page as a younger. This feels romantic, Leo. This feels romantic, Leo. Holla! Roots is in the house. Roots is Roots has a YouTube channel, and myself and yes, quite a few of us have purchased one of her natal chart paintings, and I cannot wait, Roots. I'm literally like so excited. I'm so excited to see Holla Mary. Yeah, right, on a Sunday. So it's like the shape shifting is still totally absolutely, because I haven't gone live in a bit. I just wanted to go live, and so I'm doing the weeklies. This is where I'm at with the Leo. This is a really good sign, Leo, because it's like you worked hard. You had to cut out maybe some excessive drinking or partying. Instead, you're working really hard. There's this positive message. This does feel romantic, and the nice thing is that it's bringing in abundance. What's the feel? Like, I almost feel that kind of emotional release of relief after some tough times, but this is like a welcomed relief. I feel that you've whomever this is resonating with, you've really been through it, and you're maybe for the last few weeks or months you've just been like, fuck everybody, like really getting your head down, really getting that work done, right? And hello, Scott Satala, Booyakasha. Look at what card I pulled. I'm like, whenever this energy comes up, I think of Scott. Ooh, happy tripping. Oh, really? Thank you, Scott. So you guys, am I still black? I don't understand. Am I missing something? You guys can let me know if you feel if you can still see. Yeah, so Leo, you've effectively cut out possibly some heavy partying, yeah, or, you know, brought in a bit more balance for yourself, but essentially you're just really focusing on your pinnacle. You're focusing on your work, which is absolutely amazing. This Page of Cups feels like a romantic offer the page would be symbolic of somebody maybe just younger than you, and or it feels there's an innocence. This is just somebody who has a genuine loving feeling toward you and wants to make an offer. Hey, want to go on a date? Or hey, want to blah blah blah. And then this card is the overall clarity I get for you, Leo. So let's hook up with some Leos this month because they're gonna have some abundance. Ha! Leo, that's your week ahead. Okay, let's move on to Virgo. Virgo Nation. I'm Virgo Moon, and I have a lot of Virgo friends as well. Virgos are really hardworking, very reliable, mutable earth sign. Virgos tend to be quite meticulous and organized. They have that energy of like, no, I do it best. That's that, like, when it comes to organizing and stuff like that. Oh, she's back. Okay, good. Oh, I was like, so this whole thing back, and then I'm reading, do you think she knows the live stream ended? I'm like, but it's still going. And then you're like, oh, like, she's back. I'm Virgo. Phew, okay. I'm pulling the cards for Virgo now. My lovers. Hey, Scott Shoots, how are you? Okay, 2 7s here. Ooh, Virgo, very different energy from our Cancers there. Oof. Okay. You know, Virgs, I gotta say, there's a little bit of this, like, defensiveness coming up. I feel there's, like, a little bit of distraction energies going on, and, oh, do you know, there's this tiredness to this energy, right? Am is the screen still completely black, or what? Like, what can I do? What can I do? Is it back? Hello? Are you guys there? I don't know why it's gone black. I don't know. Can you? No, it's not. I don't... Shit. So there's... Okay, so Virgo. In essence, the energies here, it's like... Ronna's just... I just want to be like the Chewbacca in... Oh, check out the spits. The Chewbacca in Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny. It's like... Chew! Sasquatch! Are you my dad? And then, like... And they go flying through the magic forest high on mushrooms because it's juicy. It's like that, watching Tenacious D like made me want to get more mushrooms. Although after my ceremony, I'm not gonna do a deep dive for probably another 3 to 4 years. I still have the microdosing effect though, and I love how the majority of us are like, so you were microdosing today. Do you? Ooh. Intriguing. Teach me your ways, Mushroom Jedi. Oh. A song. But don't. Hey, Lorna! Holla! Lorna in the house. Oh my god. See, I knew I wanted to go live today just for the... I know I wanted to go live today just for the shits and giggles. Nobody's really here for the reading at all, are they? That's not true. You're totally just here for the cards. Okay, Virgo. Virgo. So the message that's coming through for these cards, for this spread, is really this sense of like, you've really been through it as far as like standing your ground, staying in your power, staying in your light, believing in yourself, getting yourself up into that space. And there's a lot going on around you, okay, Virgo, whomever this is resonating with, there is a lot going on around you. So make sure you're being easy on yourself, okay? Really, really easy on yourself. Now then, there is some page energy coming in. There's an upright and a reverse. There's one energy that wants to bring inspiration. fire, passion. And there's another energy that's sort of pretending to be loving, but isn't necessarily loving. So this energy is triggering a feeling of like, hey, back off. But I would say that's okay. As in, if your intuition is wanting someone to back off, then let them back off. There again, increasingly, I'm super duper aware of outworking these empathic woundings, i.e., whenever our initial response is to like, I don't want to respond, or I don't, and I really can testify to this. I run a business, right? But being a people pleaser over the years has not helped at all, right? Because you're denying yourself. You're not being true to who you are. Quite frankly, if somebody sends a message or does something that offends me or doesn't quite sit with me, I don't have to respond. That right? And so there's that kind of energy here with the Virgo love. There's a lot going on. You're staying in your power. Be aware of just any of the energies around you sending messages or bringing stuff to you. If it's feeling off, it's more than likely off. If it feels passionate and inspired and like yay, move in that direction, because you've got a lot going on. And I almost want to say, make sure you're taking time for self-care, make sure you're meditating, make sure you're processing, make sure you're feeling all the feels, make sure you're humming to the crystal love. I don't know. I jest, but not really. But a little bit, yes. Okay, my Virgos, sweeties. My sweetie darlings. My sweetie darling Virgo loves. Alright, let's crack on. We shall be moving on to our Libras, eh? Oh, wait, guys. Like, I love how you guys are just like, yeah. Like, I look down and then you're all like laughing. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued as well. I'm intrigued because I suspect that all of us are, when it comes to the microdose vibrashe, feeling, I know Divine Side, she's been exploring the microdose. I mean, I did one day of microdosing. It's very subtle, of course, and yet I'm quite a lightweight, and like after one day of the microdose, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna go there for a bit, just because I could still feel like, whew, I feel kind of lifted, almost like a little bit of like very, very, very subtle like ecstasy. So let me come back to my center for Libra. I will recap for any newbies here. It's my intention with these readings always that I offer you divine guidance and loving clarity. This channel is aimed really at empaths and healers and people undergoing spiritual awakening. People who have undergone spiritual awakening or really endeavoring to walk their healing journey in earnest. Transformation. Libra. This energy feels like you're finally going to be able to move forward. There's this Knight of Wands. I actually feel like this energy is some pesty type of energy at work. Somebody's irritating you. Just a knob. Like just somebody who's maybe a bit arrogant or a bit chauvinistic or whatever. It's not like a huge deal. It's just that energy is here, and I feel that's somehow related to your social or working life. So I feel that with the Hanged Man here, the energy I'm getting is all you can do is ignore it. You're like, what? I can't hire someone to get rid of it? No. The Hangman reverse energy is like your best port of call here is ignore it. Because there's another Knight here in the upright of Pentacle moving in a different direction, and they're in the upright. So the point is like ignore the dickhead, center yourself, and trust that better people are coming in, because they are. I love the Knight of Pentacle. I think the Knight of Pentacles. You like the knob? The Knight of Pentacle for me is like my fave knight. really grounded. They're kind of serious, but like they have super good intentions and they have a lot to offer. It's like there's like a Virgo energy, you know, like hardworking, grounded, or any of the earth signs for that matter, reliable, grounded, practical, like get shit done. You're very in the physical realm, right? The want that somebody's annoying. It's like that fucking that person who always has to be the center of attention, or they always like talk about the good work that they're doing, but you never actually see them doing work. You're just like, what the f? They're up their arsehole, essentially. And you're ready to make a move. You're ready to start moving in a certain direction. And the Knight of Pentacles is like, yeah, move in that direction. Believe in yourself. Focus on your pentacle. Focus on where you're going, and ignore ignore the knob, right? Who got blocked? Nobody got blocked. Nobody got blocked on my end. Oh, you guys are the best. Mercury retro. You guys, I know, right? So Libra, that's sort of a bit of a light read, but significant for those of you who resonate with this is a working situation. And again, a situation where somebody could be blocking your ability to move forward in the direction you want to be moved forward. So ignore the dicks. Sorry, I'm just anywho, let's crack on, shall we? Moving right along. Who's after Libra? Scorpio. Scorpio lovers. Divine guidance and loving clarity for my Scorpios. So yeah, there's the message here of like there's a lot of abundance coming in, and or some of you guys are really simply focusing on your life, on it, as in like what you want. You want 10 of Pentacles, you want family, you want community, you want the good life, right? Who doesn't? And it would look like you've really done the inner work to get yourself there. So you've really laid to rest your past. And I think for some of you, you've become very emotionally clear. Okay, so this is the 7, and again, you guys know this is intuitive tarot, so it's not necessarily like look like or sound like traditional tarot. Here's where we get the spin of resonance versus dissonance, and giving power to readers or healers, right? Blah blah. So the 4 of Swords next to the 7 of Cups reverse is like, I think you're laying to rest having all the options, like, oh yeah, so do this, and I can do this, and I've got this going on, and maybe it's this, or maybe I want that, or maybe you're laying that all down and getting really clear on the big one kind of thing, like enough of this bullshit. I want the big prize. I want the main event. It's like, I'm tired of window shopping. I'm gonna go in and buy the dress. Okay, so, but this is, I feel, for those of you resonating, this is something that you've been working toward probably for a while. Years, lifetimes, blah, blah, whatever. This is like your ultimate dream coming true. It's quite emotional. I feel like for some of you, you've had to let go of quite a lot. You've had to lay to rest a lot. And the 7 of Cups energy is, to me, feeling like the false promises. People dangling carrots in your face, people making you think this, that, or the other, and you're finally done. You're done listening to other people. You're done with other people trying to make you think you want this, that, or the other. I think because as well, I think for some of you, you're so aware that you have this potential. Like, you have it in you to have the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, the money, the beautiful, happy life. You have that potential. So you're kind of like, I'm not going to take advice, or I'm tired of shopping around As in, I'm tired. It's like I'm tired of doing the research. I'm just going to dive in now. It's like doing market research for a business. It's like you can only do so much of the research before you just have to do the business, make the offer, right? Create the strategy, whatever. I think that's a really positive reading there. All right, my lovelies, let's crack on Scorpio into Sagittarius. So Sagittarius. Sagittarius, divine guidance and loving clarity for Sagittarius. Just stop knobbing around, would you? Yay! Lorna, thank you. You guys are great reminders and amazing promoters. Yes, thank you. Click the like button. Holla! And get your freak on. Come on, you guys. It's Sunday. Or Saturday night and you like the way you move. It's Saturday night for you guys, maybe. Ooh. Sagittarius. Moving to calmer waters. This feels like some big decision's been made. Ooh, this is a really nice light reading for our Sagittarian brothers and sisters. Wait a minute, didn't we just have that eclipse in Sag? Maybe that's connected, I don't know. King of Pentacles, Three of Cups, it's all upright. You're moving to calmer waters. I almost effing want to cry for some reason. This is just a really beautiful message. You're fully in your power. You're being watched. You're being protected. You're being heard. You're being seen. People, either you've had really good news when it comes to efficient bodies, so like some documentation, legal blah blah, divorce papers, marriage papers, what have you, so like some kind of agreement, or someone in a high standing has officiated something for you, which is leading you into this grand essence of the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is just somebody really grounded, really financially supported, generous. It's like that kind of energy is like the Midas touch, but they would never make a financial decision in excitement or in a polarity of emotion, right? They're completely centered when it comes to all that kind of stuff, and when it comes to their investments, and when it comes to their money, and comes to their world. This could be a union for some of you randomly, I'm just kidding, because then you move to calmer waters. It's like this King of Pentacles. He's got their eye over you. It feels like heaven to touch. He wants to hold you. Oh my God. So, yeah, for some of you, this could be you walking into a romantic match, a romantic partnership. But weirdly, I feel like this is more about you. This is more about this new sense of yourself that you're coming into as this, because Saggies can often be, like I'm a fellow fire sign, we can often be a little bit impulsive and impractical and not necessarily focused on the money, or not necessarily the best money savers. So I feel like this Hierophant shift that's happened in your life, again, whether it's a good tiding or a good, like, something going in your favor when it comes to an authority or what have you, or you finally getting this property that you've always wanted, or you getting to rent an accommodation that you've always wanted, or maybe you buy a camper van to live in, like whatever it might be, you're really coming into your own. Certainly on an emotional level and on a material level, you're moving to calmer water, Sagittarius. Thank God, right? Everything, it's like the Hierophant as well, expressing the sense of like graduating from a phase of life and moving into another. But you have to graduate, and so you can imagine you're on this new level. So you've moved from, like, say, the Knight of Pentacles, and now you're King of Pentacles. So it's really really, and there's this Three of Cups, which just makes me think, for some of you, this is really good news. Whatever positive news is coming in, it's worth celebrating. Yeah, I feel like you're out having a nice time with people, enjoying your life. Oh gosh, isn't that so simple? So yeah, yay. Yay, my Saggies. Let's go, Ophiuchus. Go. Ophiuchus. Go, go, Ophiuchus. Yeah, go. That's Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is the 13th sign. One of you recently asked, what element does Ophiuchus? So I went ahead and asked Rochelle what the answer was, and it's like a spirit element. And intuitively, what I get from Ophiuchus is there's something about Ophiuchus and sort of like embodying all of the signs, and then this new level of oh, I want to say zodiac awareness, because it's not just 12. Ophiuchus, my lovers. 6 6. Ophiuchus. So we have the Magician. We have 6 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, King of Cups. You know, overall this feels like a really positive read. The energy I'm getting here is this feeling of success. The feeling of success can bring in greater balance, can bring in love, can bring in that feeling of you being the magician of your life. The difference in this read is that there's a progression here. And or a kind of a specific message about you're not going to get there from here. As in, if you don't feel successful, if you don't feel valuable, it doesn't matter what it looks like on the physical plane. It's about how you feel about yourself. And if you don't feel those things, then you're never going to attract a balanced relationship or find the love that you truly deserve or feel that real empowered sense of magicianship, right? You feeling successful in the person you are, just for being the person you are, is enough to feel successful. That's kind of like an annoying thing about this recent Capricorn, the Saturn transiting Capricorn. It was like having to find the strength and the inner sense of self-worth when everything's being taken away from you. And realizing just how much of our egos and our sense of worth is extended and attached to the material world. So this feels like that messaging of like, who cares how much you have or how many people are applauding the work that you're doing, the creative work that you're doing. Just keep riding proudly on that horse, kind of thing. And know in your heart that you're doing good work. That will bring in balance. That will bring in love. And then that will bring in that greater sense of up-leveling into your greater wizardry, as it were. Okay. Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus. Go, go, Ophiuchus. Okay. Where are we at? Cappies. Oh, my Capricorn. See, this is where I read something yesterday about the Capricorns and the Saturn in Aquarius transit, and it said something that burned me up. I was like, oh god, oh please, and that's where I'm coming from. Where I'm like, sometimes we have to use discernment around it all. Like if something feels super duper off or dreading, oh my god, that can't be true, then just don't take it on as truth. It's like, but you read it on the internet. It must be true. Fucking hell. I feel like making love. That's right. Capricorn. Capricorn. Do 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 Capricorn. Hey, Force Kid, how are you, my friend? Okay, the sun, the world. Oh, guess what? Capricorn, Shazam! Isn't everything on it? You feel me? Right? Like, when did that happen? It's like, well, if everything in the Bible is true, then everything on the internet must be true as well. But that's like my share about like legit, there's no truth outside of self. Like, truth isn't something, it's like, there's the truth! Oh no, there's the truth! Oh, there's the truth! There's not truth outside. This is all just creative, like, la 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 la, create my pottery. And then somewhere deep, deep within, there's some aspect of self that is truth. And then it feels better when we extend it from that place of deeper knowing and deeper truth than like trying to conjure it from untruth and make it into truth. That's shit. It's like, that's part of the issue of the world. Like, we're all in just a huge lie of our own creation. I'm trying to remember what's real and what's not real. Shit. And the brutalities is like, it's not out there in the world. So funny, isn't it? So weirdly paradoxical. Thank you. Thanks, Scott. Mega love. My phone's heating as well, in fairness, but that's okay. Okay, where are we? Cappy, oh my gosh, Capricorn, of course. So the sun, the world, there's this major, major transformation, obviously, here. And there's this love. There's this soulmate love card coming in. It's okay. I detach, deliver message. Okay, so sun is gently, okay, this is actually really nice. Ugh, and the judgment card. Some stuff singing your praises, upright, 6 of Cups, the World card, and the Sun reverse. So the Sun reverse is basically saying, okay, yes, your new world is coming in. Definitely. And that includes some love. And there's a judgment. I think for some of you there could be some kind of, again, court case or some kind of positive. I mean, I kind of even get a sense that for some, you know how like we're in this energy, and for myself and other people that I've spoken to, they've been getting what's called like a furlough, so they're getting extended funds from government bodies. In a weird way, that's kind of like a positive judgment for a lot of people, because it's meaning they really don't have to worry, plus they have all this time to like reevaluate their lives. So Cappy, after the intensity of the last couple of years, dare I say, it's looking pretty good. It's looking like you're going to be able to put roots down with a soulmate and really step into your new world with the sun shining. May the long time sunshine shine upon you. I don't really know the words, but so yeah, the sun card to me, upright or reverse, is always positive. The simplicity is just that it's like after a really bad hangover and like waking up in the morning and like opening the blinds and be like, yeah. So when the sun is upright, I sometimes see it as get ready, because like there's some fucking light gonna bounce on your left, and it could be a bit of a whoo kind of feel. But when it's reversed like this, I feel like, especially as a Capricorn energy, right? You know that the sun has been guiding you. You have been following the sun, and the sun's been on your back, and you've been burr, burr, burr. Cappy is another mountain goat energy, right? It's like I have so much of that, like this just keep going, persistence. So there's this energy of guided persistence that has been leading you to this eventuality with this. This is such a positive card, right? This is a positive judgment where you get to live in your new world with your soulmate. I almost want to say, and live happily ever after. Thanks, God. It's just, please let us live happily ever after. Like, but just seriously. Like, what is all this razzmatazz? Jazz hands. Okay, that was Capricorn. Capricorn. Ooh, what's this? 3 cards now jumped out for Pisces. No, is that right? No, Aquarius. Aquarius. Okay, my Aquarians. So you're here in the reading, the Star card. Um, I feel like there's somebody watching you. Queen of Wands. But the wand, the queen could be a king or a queen, definitely, because of the feels on this one. This there's this energy, right? They've got their eye on you, where it's like, um, yeah, you're just sort of doing your thing, doing your star thing, and this king or queen is watching you. See, I feel emotional. I feel like this person is actually consulting other people about you. You could know them. There could be a kind of working connection here. Either way, the real energy of this is somebody is taking an interest in you. They are in the upright. This is like a working partnership, collaboration, potential love partner. Yeah, they're really, really interested to the point that they're asking other people, like, who is that? Or what do they do? Or where do they come from? Or something like that. So Aquarius, I will leave it there. Again, if it resonates, that's the cue to get a private booking. Let's move on, shall we? So Pisces, let's get on with our Pisces readings. My Pisces lovers, our water sign. We've got Mars Neptune moving through Pisces right now. Super intense and kind of weird energies. It's laying down the burden. You're laying down the burden. This is so good, Pisces. Focusing on your pentacle. Some of you, I think, are just focusing on making a happy home. This is making you feel successful and bringing in more balance in your life and in your relationships. Super clear reading. Yeah, lay down the burden. Focus on yourself. When you're focusing on yourself and making your home super gorgeous, you can feel really successful, and that's bringing in a greater equanimity and balance in your whole world, not just like your financial budget. But that Six of Pentacles there makes me feel like it's like a whole life up level, where suddenly you're stepping into better feeling relationships, better feeling work and service, as far as how you're making your money, right? So it doesn't have to be a slog. You're doing your thing and you make the money, and you're doing your thing and you make the money, and people want to pay you, and everything is balancing out. But everything is balancing out on this higher level, from carrying burdens to get by to then sitting in your throne, sitting in your seat of power, feeling successful, and embracing, allowing, and accepting yourself in that receptive mode. Now you're able to receive as you sit on your pentacle, rather, as you sit on your throne as the Queen of Pentacles. There again, that's part of the lesson here, this deeper collective lesson around divine feminine energy, is that we're learning how to love ourselves, because feminine energy receives, just sits there. Right? And so more and more people embodying that feminine energy are learning how to manifest, right? This quantum evolution of our species is a restructuring of how we relate to ourselves and one another. And that has to do with rising our divine feminine, bringing our feminine and masculine polarities from within into a greater harmonic balance, so that we can all create a more harmonious body, home, and world. Um, so Pisces is, how funny, I'm hearing Pisces is the mother lode. So Pisces is really anchoring in this divine feminine energy for the collective. All right. That's it. Oh, I just finished. Pisces. Holla. Okay, I've got some private bookings to do today, so mega hot love, vibrashe. If you guys want, I've recently published some new intensive coaching packages. I have 2 different month-long ones, so one's like a 4-week, and these are intensives to like really help you shift some shits, basically, and ultimately develop better and or yeah, better for you, personal love rituals, yogic movement, meditation, breath work, and then I think I've put a reading in there as part of the package as well. So feel free to check that out. if any of you guys have some extra furlough cash to splash it around my way. I really love and appreciate all of you. Thank you all for being here in the way that you are. I love every single one of you, and the words really don't express the amount of gratitude I feel in my heart for you guys just showing up miraculously and being the amazing people that you are, and the way that this community supports each other. Recently I sent a PayPal, and I knew as I was sending that money, like everything we give is like comes back around full circle, and the exact amount that I like shared out was then returned. Like another person came in and returned that exact same amount, and I was just like, holla, that's a healthy economy right there. So that's like exactly attitude, gratitude, like the heart, love, vibrashe, all to love community. We have a healthy economy because we're a bunch of givers. I mean, like, oh no, you have it. No, you have it. No, you have it. I don't need it because I have so much love. And I also am getting real. I'm practical about my pentacle. I love you guys. Have a musical. Have a musical, magical Sunday, you guys. I can't wait to see you soon. I'll get to see my live share crew tomorrow, and you bunch of legends. And yeah, live share crew tomorrow, and then I'll hopefully be live again Tuesday morning, if not like sometime this week. Is there any significant days? No, I'll probably just do a live tarot sesh. Love you guys. Mega, mega hot love. Is this the part where we can go on? You know it, except no. No, it's not. I'm going to give you a big virtual hug. Virtual hug. Have a great day, you guys. I love you big time. Yeah, I just do. It's so legit. Too legit to quit. Because... Bye, you guys. Love you loads. Love you long time.